Hello students, good morning. Welcome you all in today's online class. In previous class we have discussed about the introduction of garbage in, garbage out, what is garbage and where they are just disposed, and also deal with garbages. Okay, and we have already seen what should we do with garbages, and what are the different types of bins are used for just for garbages. Okay, blue bin, green bin. Okay, now today I'm going to discuss about vermicomposting. In previous class you have already learned what is composting. You have already seen there that the rotting and conversion of some materials into manure, that is known as composting, that is by the action of some microorganisms present in the soil. Now today I'm going to discuss about vermicomposting. Now you will see what is vermicomposting. Okay, so the topic here is vermicomposting. Vermi means worm. Okay, here vermi means worm, means the composting process that is done with the help of some worm. Here mainly vermicomposting is done by some red worms. Okay, they are actually red worm, isn't it? So they are called red worms. So what is vermicomposting? The method of preparing compost with the help of red worm is known as vermicomposting. You understood this point? The process I'm writing. Okay, I'm writing this point. What is vermicomposting? The method of preparing compost with the help of red worms is called vermicomposting. Okay, you understood this point? The method of preparing compost with the help of red worms is known as vermicomposting. Okay, now vermicomposting, it is a excellent manure for garden, then also for some nurseries and farms. Okay, now for as we have already learned that vermicompost is very essential and excellent manure for those areas. Why? As it makes the soil more fertile. Okay, so that plants get the required amounts of water and minerals in a proper way. Okay, so we have learned the vermicomposting. Now we will learn how this vermicompost is done. Okay, and now first can you differentiate between green bean and blue bean? First of all, I'm going to differentiate green bean and blue bean, then I will discuss the procedure of vermicomposting. Okay, this is a very useful method. Vermicomposting is a very useful method of recycling some matter, recycling of some biodegradable thing. So here you know green bean, and another is blue bean. Okay, now green bean is mainly used for biodegradable waste, biodegradable wastes. Okay, now you can easily tell what are the biodegradable waste. including kitchen waste. Okay, so kitchen waste including the peels of vegetables, then peels of fruits, also egg cells, these all are come under the kitchen waste. Okay, I'm not writing this. And these are mainly used for biodegradable, they can easily degrade it, degradable in nature, that is why they are called biodegradable waste. But blue bean here, they cannot be easily degradable, so that the use that should be disposed to the blue bin, they must be just recyclable. Okay, so recyclable things are disposed here, which can be recyclable things are disposed here. Okay, so that is the major difference between blue beans and green beans. And among recyclable things, you can easily exemplify the such are glasses, plastic bottles, then chocolate wrappers, polythene bags. Okay, these all things can be used. These all things can be used again. Okay, so they are under recyclable things. Okay, students, so here I have mentioned these two beans. Now I will mention one thing, that green beans. Now this the waste of green beans, including the kitchen waste and other things which can be easily degradable by in nature, easily degradable in nature. So these things are converted into manure, by burying them in compost pit. Okay, so this is known as composting. Before understanding the total procedure of vermicomposting, you should have proper knowledge about composting. So the biodegradable waste can be converted into manure by burying them in compost bin, that is known as composting. So they are buried under some compost pit. Okay, this process is known as composting. Understood, students? Any problem? Okay. So let's proceed. Now, composting is a very simple and almost very effortless process of recycling. This is a very effortless and simple process of recycling method. Okay, next, those waste degraded by the action of microorganism in the process of composting, you have already learned this, that these are degraded by action of microorganism including bacteria, fungi and other microorganisms which are present in the soil. Okay, so in the vermicomposting, what is happening, the organic matter that is present in the biodegradable things, these are actually converted into nutrient rich manure. That is done by whom? That is done by, yes, tell, redworms. Okay, so redworms convert this organic matter into nutrient rich manure. Now how they convert this organic matter from the biodegradable waste into such nutrient rich manure? Now we will see how. Actually those redworms feed on that organic matter or vegetable waste, okay, kitchen waste, okay, in the powdered form, and they give out, so they take as this organic matter as food and they excrete out in the form of excreta, So excreta, their excreta is actually nutrient rich manure. Okay, and their excreta is made of some important essential minerals which are very essential for the growth of plants. Some important minerals including magnesium, then calcium, then phosphorus, potassium. These all things are present in the excreta of those red worms, and these are very essential for the growth and development of plant. Okay, so by this way organic matter is becoming or converted into nutrient rich manure. You understood this point, students? Any problem here? I hope there will be no such problem here. Okay, so here I have discussed how organic matter is converted into nutrient rich manure by those red worms. Okay, now I am wrapping this. Any problem up to here? Okay, you can tell me. Yes, I am giving side. You can note it down for your better understanding. Okay, okay. So this vermicomposting is a very simple and almost effortless process of recycling, and those waste material degraded by the action of such microorganisms, and here in case of vermicomposting also they are being degraded by such red worms. Okay, and vermicomposting can be made in 3 to 4 weeks. It will take 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, and it is actually after vermicomposting process the soil appears as loose soil like material. Okay, loose soil as the soil become more aerated, so the soil become loose soil. I am rubbing this. So vermicomposting takes 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, and vermicomposting means vermicompost, that is appears as loose soil like material. Okay, loose soil like material. Understood? Any point? Any problem here? Now these red worms are very sensitive. They cannot survive in very hot climate, and they cannot survive in very cold climate, and they need the proper moisture in the environment. Okay, and they do not have teeth. Now how they chew the food? Actually they do not have teeth, but they have a structure called gizzard. So red worm possess gizzard that help in grinding of the food particles. Okay, that biodegradable wastes, kitchen wastes. Okay, so red worm, they do not have teeth, they have gizzard through which they can grind their food. Okay, so this is the main thing you have to remember. Now we should take proper care of those red worms. If we give them proper nourishment and proper care, then they have a potential to double up within 2 weeks through reproduction, and they will increase in number. Okay, so this is the main thing that I have discussed here. Now one thing we have to keep in mind, that we should not put some animal products like oils, then some prepared food like chicken and other food products, oily substance in that pit, as that lead to the growth of harmful disease causing organisms. Okay, that is why we should maintain this hygienic condition for those roundworm. Okay students, so this is our duty, that we do not use some waste whenever we are going for vermicomposting. Then we do not use waste that may contain salt, pickles, oil, vinegar, meat, milk products, or milk preparation as food for our redworms. Okay, and because they actually produce, or due to presence of that material, can cause the growth of disease causing small organisms on that pit. Okay, now I have already discussed one thing, that redworms do not have teeth and they have a structure called gizzard which helps them in grinding food, and powdered egg cell and sea cells also can be mixed with the waste, and that would help the redworms in grinding their food. And a redworm can eat food equal to its weight in a day. Just think about it. Okay, and redworm do not survive in very hot and very cold surroundings, so we should care of them, and they also need moisture around them, and if you take good care of your worms, in a month their times will be double. Okay, so this is the thing. So observe the content of the pit carefully after 3 to 4 weeks. That's why I have told that vermicomposting takes 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, now I will discuss the procedure of making pit. Okay, I'm rubbing this portion. Procedure of making pit, how to make such pit for those. As we have already learned that vermicomposting, this vermicompost is done by actually two methods. One is pit method, another is bed method. Bed method is more efficient, but in your book here pit method is there. Pit method, there are some drawbacks of pit method, as there is a waterlogging problems, then other problems are also there. But here I will only discuss about the pit method of vermicomposting. Okay, so in the pit method, what happens actually? First, a layer is made. Layer of sand and chicken mesh. Okay, chicken mesh, a layer is made with sand and chicken mesh, and that is mixed with some biodegradable waste along with some kitchen waste, vegetable peels, fruit peels, and other thing also, the cells of eggs, okay, etc. These all are under biodegradable waste. Then this layer is followed by sprinkling of water. Then we should add some water to this layer. Okay, then we have to add some redworm. Okay, as we have already learned that redworms that compost, that is the main organism that involved in this process, vermicomposting, so we should include those redworms. Okay, redworms. Next step after this will be, we should cover this layer with grass or a piece of cloth. Okay, a piece of cloth or cotton. So after making this layer of sand and chicken mesh, we should sprinkle water, then we should add redworms, then cover this layer with grass or cloth. Okay, so this is the point. As we have already learned that redworms need to be fed. They do not have teeth, they have gizzard, so that helps in grinding the food, so they can easily grind the organic matter that is present in the biodegradable waste. Okay, Now we should not use the animal products, or like oils, meats, milk preparation, etc. in this. We have already discussed such precautions. Okay. Now, uh, however, this is being made as due to proper maintenance and proper care giving to them, they will develop within 1 weeks, and uh, and they will make such effortless effortless process by preparing a compost, that is the excellent manure for any agricultural field, garden, farm or nurseries. Okay, that is the excreta of this redworms. Those things are the excreta, those vermicompost is the excreta of that redworms, that is rich in many minerals like calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium and many other things like nitrates also. Okay, by this way this vermicompost is done. Okay, so here we have already learned all the procedures and what is vermicompost in more detail. In the next class I will discuss think and throw and recycling of paper, then plastic as boon or curse. Then we will also discuss what can we do to minimize the overuse of plastic and deal with garbages. Okay, I hope you understood this video. Whatever the things I have discussed in this class, and if you have any problem you can ask me in the e-portal, I will help you. And again I am telling students, in your term 1 syllabus the fourth chapter will come. First one is separation of substances, then next chapter is the living organisms, characteristics and habitat, then the third number that is fun with magnets, and fourth number that is garbage in garbage out. MCQ type question will come, multiple choice question, and I hope you will do this all question answers in your term 1 examination very well. This is my request to everyone to read the chapters thoroughly, and if you have any problem you can ask me in the e-portal. Okay students, thank you, have a nice day, goodbye.